So that and that.
What about? Wasn't there a story when you were very young, or maybe one of your earliest memories where you got your tonsils taken out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tonsils. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Apparently, my parents must have got a discount because Bob and I went in together. They must have had a 2-for-1 discount back in 1954 or so. I was 4 years old. We both got tonsils, scheduled to be taken out. I think they kept you overnight in the hospital, didn't they, in those days, Mary?
I believe so, yes.
You didn't get yours taken out, though.
No, I didn't.
And as a result, they said, you're going to get them out, but you'll get ice cream tomorrow. And, even then, food was, a big carrot for me. If you told me that, well, you're supposed to get a sore throat, is what it was.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it, you'll get ice cream tomorrow. So anyway, I'm in this, somewhere in the room in the hospital, and some guy in a white coat just comes in, doesn't say a darn word to me, and puts something over my face, which I didn't know what it was. Apparently it was anesthesia, I'm guessing.
Okay.
But I didn't know. He didn't say a word, and in those days they didn't talk to kids. They just did things to you. So all I remember, my last memory is he's over me like this, and I'm going punching as hard as I could. I was beating the heck out of the guy, but I was only 4, and even me, big as I am, I grew to be. I wasn't too big then, and I imagine he survived. And the next thing you know, I did have my tonsils out. I probably got the ice cream. I just don't remember. But the only thing I remember
That
is
was a little more traumatizing.
I thought the guy was trying to murder me.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
Yeah, and your parent, no one was in there with you.
Nobody
right?
was in there. It was just me in the room.
Unbelievable, huh?
They just put me in the little side room. Maybe my mom said, "Tom, good luck" or something. I don't know.
Good luck.
And then this guy with a white coat comes in and starts trying to kill me. He's trying to suffocate me. I didn't know any better.
Right.
I thought he was trying to kill me. So.
Wow. What a frightening memory.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my more vivid. Actually, a year before that, I must have had a real bad case of diarrhea, because I remember being hooked up to all kinds of wires. I think that's what they did in those days, right, Barry? I was in the hospital, and I had all kinds of, arms were like this, and wires all over the place. It must have been IVs or something, right?
Yeah.
And I remember that, and that too, the nurse would come in the evening, be all a bunch of kids, and they wouldn't say anything. They just shut off the lights, They didn't talk to you at all.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a different world.
Or was this New Jersey?
Yeah, well, true. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one time up in the country, the adults were talking about something, and I chimed in, and I was probably 4 or 5, and it was either Aunt Helen or Aunt Emily, and I suspect it was Aunt Helen, said, "Well, don't pay any attention to him. He's only a kid." That's what the woman said. So, again, because kids were supposed to be seen but not heard, right, Mary?
Yeah.
I remember hearing that as an expression, that children are to be seen and not heard. You're not expected to be spoken to or to speak or to have any opinion,
And to be treated like a person.
You weren't considered really a person.
Yeah.
You just didn't. So anyway, those are pretty early memories.
So we should probably say this, today, probably we'll save it on it, but this is, what's today, May 3rd?
Today's Saturday, May 3rd, 2014. We're in our apartment in Providence. Another memory, Bob and I went down to Florida with Grandma Kohout. I think it was like 1955 or so. See, the Kennys went down there. Uncle Bill worked for Prudential like my dad did. And he got transferred to Jacksonville, and we took a train down to Florida. Grandma, Bob, and I. Yeah, we took
It's
a
a long train ride.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, yeah. And I remember the train ride and how we were told you couldn't go to the bathroom. You could or you couldn't go when the train stopped. I'm trying to remember now. I think you were supposed to go when the train was moving, so whatever you let out would land on the tracks. Whereas,
so you wouldn't have to smell it because you'd be.
I don't know
fast.
what the principle. I thought it was the principle of how to dispose of it. You had to do it from a running train as opposed to a stationary train, or maybe I got it wrong. We'll have to see if Bob can clarify this someday.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got down there, and Aunt Helen used to tell this story for years, that apparently I was always looking for friends. So they had like some kind of tunnel, like from their house on one side of the street to the other side. You could go underneath the street in a tunnel.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
Wow.
I don't know if it was for drainage, because they've had probably had a lot of rain down there, being Florida.
Yeah.
But anyway, and apparently some kid beat me up in the tunnel. And she remembers me saying, "Thank you."
Thank you. I think I remember her telling that story, right?
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
I was so desperate for a friend that they're gonna give me
Outside of the family, right?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Well, one of the principles of the Kohout family, which was repeated over and over again, was, and this is a quote: "If you have your family, who needs friends?" No, we were told that all the time.
Yeah.
So we used to hang around. You know, not that I minded hanging around with the Kenny girls. That's what
Yeah.
we used to call them, because the first four of them were girls, and then the Myers were a little bit younger. Well, Marie was, 1 year older than, 1 year younger than Janet. So but they were basically younger kids, and the co-outs were, younger too. But even so, I always felt like, why shouldn't you have friends outside the family? But that was the principle that Grandma Kohout used to espouse quite often.
Also, it was Grandma Cohen who
Oh, yeah.
espoused it too.
Yeah, well, she was like the matriarch of the family, and she would say things. I remember her saying that. Yeah. She also said "Giri dobi moki nahanya," which I put in one of my stories the other day, which is kind of a vulgar thing, but I don't think she meant it.
Vulgar Czech thing, or?
Well, I guess Marie tried to find all these Czech cousins to translate it, and none of them recognized it.
Really?
And we're just going phonetically, what it sounded like. And basically, it was "Go chase the flies up your butt" or something like that, which is kind of crude and gross. But she never said it meanly. It was usually something like we'd be playing pinochle.
Yeah.
And she'd get, how you have partners and you pass cards.
Yeah.
She'd get bad cards.
That's what she'd say, something like that.
Yeah.